I've been really busy. Anyways, we're doing redesigns of very old cartoons that I watched as a child, Winx Club. I do want to remind everyone that I am doing commissions that are closing, if this video comes out in time, in a couple of weeks. First up is Bloom. I actually really liked her original design. I thought it was very cute. But I did do some minor changes. In the end, you will see that Bloom's crown does change to dragon horns to symbolize dragon-esque. I'm not sure I'm using that word correctly, but someone will call me out on that one probably. Anyways, I didn't change too much with her fairy form because it was still a nice design. I just made it more lighter blue than the bright teal they used. In all of her designs, actually, I toned down the colors. I thought with lighter colors they looked better. As I said before, Bloom did keep her crown in the beginning, but then I changed it to dragon horns because I remember Bloom having like dragon fire powers. I also preference that this specific set I'm doing, their series was like before Nickelodeon got a hold of them, so some of the names might be different and some of the things might be different. I'm not entirely certain. I only watched up to like maybe season 3, then lost interest in it, so I have no recollection of anything past season 2, officially. But in this kind of world that I'm making in my head, all the characters are in college. Bloom is still a high school student, but she's going to Alpha attending her college class because she can do that in my brain, and I say so. There's no real reason for that. I just thought it was better. Out of all the characters that I redesigned, I think Bloom's fairy form was the most I changed out of everything. Some of the characters had like really big changes, but for Bloom, she was pretty much the same. Her civilian forms were pretty similar as well. Her hair, I kept it pretty bright orange because it's just a really relevant detail for her, and it was pretty iconic. Her hair, I did add yellow tips to it because I wanted to make it look like as though it was fire, in a way-ish. Her civilian forms, or clothing, I guess, they're pretty standard. I wanted her to look, I don't know, just more, what's the word? More kind of like a high schooler vibe instead of whatever was going on in the original series. It's kind of weird. But I did keep the original color scheme because I thought the color schemes worked really well with the characters, but I did change some of the design choices. Bloom in the show is a very artistic person, but that's never explored other than the drawings you see in our room. So I changed the shirt for the middle design and the pants in the... Hold on, I'm trying to remember my right and left. In the left design, to have like little stars sewed on, so it looks like as though she customized the clothing. Yeah, other than that, other things weren't changed all that much. I think the most change was also her wings, in my opinion. I made them more like dragon looking. Like if you ever see me draw dragon wings, you can see them very prevalent having that weird, very over exaggerated bat feature in the like wing shape. So I did that with Bloom, and I added like little design features that made it look like as though there's I don't know what I did with the circles. I just thought they looked nice, and the wings itself were kind of lacking something, so I added them. I thought they looked nice. There's not much to say about Bloom's design. Yeah, but I do like how her design came out, and I do like the colors, although I probably would have added more of the bright blue in her fairy form to make it look cohesive. But other than that, I really do like her design. I struggled a lot with making it look as though she's still a high schooler. That's like, in the original show, Althea is supposed to be at college, but all of them look like as though they're teenagers or young adults, so it got me really confused on the ages of the characters. So I kind of made up my own version of what the character's age is. Other than that, I think the most I changed was for all the characters. Like, all of them have the same names, and most of them have like about the same character designs, just in my own style. But some of them do got like a total revamp. Like, I think the one got almost a total revamp was Techna, closely followed by Flora, if I remember correctly. She'll be later on in this video. Anyways, that's Bloom. Okay, next up is Stella, who I think her jewelry-wise got the most change, because I always thought her ring was stupid. I'm sorry, I just didn't understand why she needed a ring for power. In my brain, a tiara makes more sense. I don't know why, don't ask me why, because I don't know why. Anyways, I kept her as Fairy of the Sun and Moon because her parents were explained in like pretty early season that her dad was the sun guardian, if I'm remembering correctly, and her mom was the moon. I don't know if they were guardians, but they were representations of those celestial beings. So I made her this more, like, her fairy form having more silver aspects to it, but still having a lot of orange, because in my brain she followed more closely to her father, who was the sun, than her mother, who was the moon. So, but she still had like some silver aspects, like some silver jewelry, some silver bits in her wings and shoes, and even in her hair. I try to make it look as though it's platinum blonde in the beginning, but I didn't like that in the rough draft, so I just made it silver. I didn't like how they got rid of the sun and moon fairy and just made her the sun fairy. I thought it was really stupid. I liked the sun and moon fairy thing. I thought it was really good, really cool, and they could have kept that aspect in it, but I don't know. But I guess for cohesiveness, they got rid of the moon thing, which is fair, I guess. I struggled a lot with Stella's civilian outfit, because her fairy outfit, I just changed up a few little things, like her shirt is no longer having a weird flowy dangly thing in one corner. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. But her civilian outfit, I changed a lot, which I didn't hate the original ones. I just didn't like some of the color choices, because in one either season or episode, she had a bright blue not teal, it was a neon blue dress with hot pink stripes, and that does not look good in my opinion. You can agree or disagree with me on that one, but that's my own opinion. So I gave Stella, like, I think her civilian outfit got the most revamp out of everyone, but I do like how the colors ended up being after my weird coloring from it before. I didn't like how it colored before, so I did it off camera. You will be seeing that later on in the video. But other than that, I kept Stella pretty much about the same. I did change her hair to be up in a ponytail, in her casual forms, because I just think it looks nicer in my opinion, because for whatever reason, she's the only character to get a hair design in her fairy form, which I thought was a little weird, but I'm like, okay, let's just go with it. Let's run with that. So I did that. Other than the color choices that were very questionable, that I'm doing right now, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I don't know anything about fashion. I really don't. So trying to design Stella, who is very much a fashion person and fashion driven, that was very difficult for me. I don't normally do this. My fashion outfit right now is a pajama pants and a sweatshirt. That's what I'm doing right now. But the second wave that I did with the orange skirt and the white see-through bit for her second shirt looks better in my opinion. It could be better, so if someone out there who's watching this and has a better understanding about fashion, please feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments. I will I would love to hear it. Because again, I'm not a big fashion person, and I do want to hear criticism about these, because these were all made on a whim. All of them were made on a whim. I did not have any plans to make this, but I'm like, hey, let's watch Winx Club. Okay, these designs kind of suck. I'm an artist. I can do this by myself. No, I can't. I don't know what I'm doing. I made Stella's fairy form have a little more jewelry than originally intended, because I thought Stella's a pretty big fashion person. Why wouldn't she have jewelry? So I just ran with that idea as well. Stella's wings are also pretty unique in comparison to everyone else. Sorry. She had a little. I wanted her wings to look more dainty and elegant than everyone else's, so I gave her like a little curly end bit with a little ball at the end. I've seen a lot of people do that with like, it's kind of giving me. I don't remember the name of the moth, but it's a moth thing I've seen a lot online recently. Also, I thought it looked really cute, so I just kind of kept it in. But yeah, that's Stella. I kept a majority of her stuff the same and changed like a few things. That's it. Also, in this headcanon of mine, she's like 20 and possibly the oldest out of the entire group, since she was expelled her freshman year and she has to take her freshman year again. That's just that. Lastly in this video is Flora. I really tried so hard to make her body more diverse compared to the other characters. Like, all of them in the original show, they were all pretty skinny, and I didn't like that because it didn't provide a whole lot of diversity compared to everyone else. So I tried my best. I could have done better, but I recorded these all at midnight and close to 1 a.m. and I was really tired, so so this is what I came up with. Flora's design choices, they're pretty simple. I wanted her to be like very simplistic in my redesign, because I didn't see Flora as like this really really this big character who wants to focus on fashion. I'm pretty sure I thought she would focus more on comfort more than fashion in a little bit. So I did change her fairy form pretty significantly. I did like the pinks and the greens that were in her civilian form. I thought they were really cute, so I kept those in. But her fairy form, I kind of went for like a garden aesthetic. I wanted her clothing to be more flowy and casual. The corset I just added because I thought it was cute. I did darken the skin a little bit from the original series, because even in the original series she was pretty light skinned, so I just kind of took the original skin color and darkened it a little bit. I think it suits the character a little more because she's outside a lot more than everyone else, so I kind of, in my brain, she got tanned, if that makes any sense. At the end of recording, I thought to myself, her dress is very boring, so I added little flowers on the top bit and her flowy bottom, because I think it looks nicer and it makes it more of like more eye-catching in comparison, because right now it's really plain. It's just a blank pink dress, so I changed it to have like more of a darker pink accent to it, other than the corset. If I were to redesign it, I probably would have given her white gloves instead of green gloves, because the green gloves kind of just seem weird. I probably would have changed the tassel on the shoes to also be the shoe color, but that's just me. Her wings are actually really unique because they're the only ones that have like they're the only ones that don't have any blue in them. All the other ones have like some aspect of blue. She's also the only fairy in my redesign to have bright green and yellows in her wing design. I made it look more like a leaf or maybe a flower petal, because she is a garden fairy, I wanted that be known. Ow, it just popped my wrist. Ew. Other than that, I kept her design for civilian forms really simple and pretty much like the original series had them. I just kind of got rid of some the designs. Like, I don't know why she had a strawberry patterned skirt in the first season. I kind of thought it was ugly. Sorry. I also gave her shorts because how many people garden in skirts? You're probably going to be gardening in like shorts or something. On a whim, I kind of gave her a necklace in the second civilian form because it kind of seemed kind of plain. I don't know why I added it, I just thought it looked nice. Don't know if I'll keep it, but it's kind of there now. So, other than that, all of them were pretty simple. Like Flora's was pretty simple in comparison. At this point I realized I forgot to add Stella's little hair highlight, so I went back and did it. Here are my final designs, and as a reminder, I do have commissions open. Hope you enjoyed!